How about a John Houseman story? I have a quote.
What's your quote?
I have a quote of you working with Houseman, and he was saying, "Madam, you're acting as much outside the classroom as in the classroom."
Oh, yeah. Well, that was my first year of Juilliard. No, first year at the news. No, that was the first year where I was my best friend, Nancy Nichols, and I would just make a lot of noise in the hallways, but she got the roles, and I almost got thrown out. But I got into an elevator with him, an elevator full of people at the new Juilliard School down at Lincoln Center. And I went, "Hi, Mr. Houseman." And he turned to me and he said, "Louise Bernicow says you're the most illiterate person she's ever met." And I just shrunk in the elevator. And, I mean, he was famous for humiliation.
Yes.
And he was incredible. He once took me by the neck. I was going to places as Irina in The Three Sisters, and I went, "Hi, Mr. Houseman," and he took me by the throat, and there I was in my virginal white, my hair done, and he shook me, and he said, "I'm going to beat you black and blue until you are bloody with bandages on your faces," and I'm going like this, and he stopped, and I went to places, and it was because he was not permitted by anybody to tell me that he couldn't understand my third act. I was gabbling through my tears, so the way he told me was telling me that right before I walked to places to start the show. It was shocking, and but it was typical.
But it was typical of him.
Completely typical. So
he was the rudest guest I ever had on Showtime in my interviews. He said, "You didn't read the third book of my 3-part autobiography." I said, "I read 2 of them." He said, "Then you didn't read it all."
Oh, dear.
Enough of Houseman. More Patti LuPone coming up, and if you appreciate the lady's talents, and if